who also have high standards, who are going up in life, people who challenge you to be better, people who have vision to improve. Because if you're attracting the wrong kind of people, you're probably mixing the wrong kind of friends. So watch for your friends. Watch how much time you invest in your family. I know family is a hard thing. Some people we would rather not have as a family member. I know. We all have that person or two in our family. But overall, invest in your family, be your brothers, sisters, or family. Maybe it's a friend who is like family to you, but invest. And the more bridges you have, the easier it will be for you to be connected to someone who potentially will become your partner. So the misuse of the internet and all the big sin. Now, number 6, defending my privacy, connected to the one we just talked about. You know, I want to state this very clearly, if you haven't realized it yet. But now in 2014, 21st century, in this always-on connected world, privacy is dead. There is no privacy. You're being filmed on the streets, through CCTV. Your phone provides exact GPS location wherever you are in the world. Can't hide. Your phone pinpoints your location. Google knows about you, probably more about you than your spouse. Right? And they don't even love you. So, privacy is dead. There is no privacy anymore. People are still fighting, talking about privacy, and all that. It's a big talk, but everybody knows there's no going back. We're never going to have a world where there's privacy. Get used to it. Okay? Now, it amazes me how, if elsewhere we have no privacy, at work, our employers know a lot of things about us, our doctors, Google. Outside of our homes, people know everything about us. Inside our homes, in our relationship, we want to fight over the subject of privacy. You see couples nowadays doing this. But wait a minute, what are you doing? Touching my phone, my iPad? What are you doing going through my emails? Respect my privacy, please. People fight over privacy. Oh, my phone, my computer, my this, my that. And they have serious fights about privacy. They feel disrespected if the partner has access to everything or some things in their life. It is nonsense. The only person who sees you naked, right? You see each other naked. Can't get more private than that. Right? You want to cover some things in your life from that person. It doesn't make sense. So, I know that some people, what they call privacy, actually what they mean is space. Respect my space. I don't like, for example, when my wife, when I'm working on a desk, and usually when I work, I have papers everywhere. For her, it's a mess, but for me it's organized mess, right? I know where everything is. So. And then, wanting to be organized and clean and everything, she comes someday when I'm not there, and she goes, and she moves everything out of place. I get mad. But I don't argue about privacy. Oh, that's my privacy, you shouldn't touch. No, I said, look, please, I know it's messy, but bear with me, I'll clean it up when I'm done. Of course, we all have need for space. We all have these little things we are very peculiar about, these quirks that we have. But that's fine. Respect that. But privacy, there's no such thing as privacy in marriage. Get used to it. You gave up your privacy on the day you married.
And people who are not willing to do that, they shouldn't get married.
No.
Because, when you say, this is who I am, or this is my phone, You're creating a separation between you two. You're taking away the we, and you started saying, this is me, me, mine. If you have nothing to hide, why is it such a big problem, right?
Not only should they not get married, they should also find an island somewhere and move there. And not take their phones, their cell phones, right? Because there is no privacy anymore. So it's okay for you to be an individual. We are all individuals. We have our personal tastes. She likes food some way, I like food other way. And she has to respect that. I have to respect her taste, she has to respect mine. We're all individuals. But be careful with making that word a bit too long. Be careful with individuality. Individuality can kill a marriage. You are individuals, but if your marriage is going to work, you will need to learn how to have transparency. You will need to learn to let go of privacy in your marriage, just like you have learned to let go of privacy, like it or not, elsewhere as well. Let go of privacy. Learn to share a life together. Not only share passwords and emails and all of that, not have secrets, but learn to share what's inside you. Like I had to learn how to share my thoughts with my wife. I wasn't the talkative type. I talk here because this is work. But at home, I'm not much of a talker. But I had to learn to talk to her, for her to know what's in here. And there's no excuse such as, but I'm a quiet person. I'm a quiet person. But for my marriage, if I just be quiet all the time, it's gonna kill it. So if you're the quiet type and you just want the other person to respect you, but I'm quiet, okay, you have your right to your quiet moments, but there are times when you have to make the effort to speak to others.
But people have to also be careful, because sometimes you invade the space of the other person when you try to control that person's life the whole time. Like you need to know where the person is all the time, what she's doing, what is she writing, who she's talking to. This control makes the person, it's not even that the person wants to hide anything. It's just that the person feels overwhelmed with so much breathing on top of her. Right? So you need to be careful, because otherwise sometimes the person's not even, the husband wouldn't mind sharing anything. But because the wife is so controlling, he feels attacked. He feels like he has no space to decide or anything. And if you have a person maybe who is all the time trying to control your life, ask yourself, why is my wife, why is my husband so controlling of me? Did I give, so suspicious, yes. Did I give her or him a reason?
Or am I withholding information? Am I angry with him or her when she wants to know information? Because chances are, if you are very open and transparent and you just give information, I have nothing to hide. If you really don't, chances are that even if you're married to a controlling person, insecure and so on, when the person sees that you have nothing to hide, that is going to go away. So it really begins to engender trust in your relationship. Okay? Transparency promotes trust. You're trying to recover, to rebuild trust in your relationship. Maybe you cheated, maybe you lied, maybe you hid something from your partner. You're trying to rebuild trust, start here.
Are you okay?
Transparency in everything. Okay? And sin number 7, doubting deeply about shallow things. Just like this guy over here. He's afraid to drown in the bathtub. What does that mean? Doubting deeply about shallow things. Is when people are very shallow about things that don't really matter in a relationship. such as appearance above all else. Right? People put appearance, they rank appearance very high on the list when they are considering someone for a relationship, or even if they're already married. Yeah, oh, you gotta go to the gym, gotta go to the gym, gotta go to the gym. They put this very, very high. Because people are allowing the culture to dictate to them what is beautiful, what is sexy, what is attractive. And so they have this model, this idea of unreachable beauty that they want to have in real life. So they have this long list of qualities, physical qualities, material qualities that a person must fulfill before they consider dating that person, or that they may continue in the relationship with that person. And there's so much fear of buyer's remorse. You know, buyer's remorse. You buy something, you take it home, and then you think, oh my God, maybe I should have bought something else, or not have bought it. There's a lot of fear in relationships of buyer's remorse. In other words, they're afraid to be connected or committed to somebody, and then think, well, but what if someone else better comes along? Right? So people, for fear of making a mistake, are always looking for something better, better looking, better financially. They never commit to anybody. So no one is ever quite right for them. No one is ever quite right for them. There's always a problem with that person. And they're right, because the truth is, no one is exactly right for you. No one. She's not exactly right for me. I'm not exactly right for her. I could number one or two things that I would like her to have. They are not important, big things. I would like her, for example, I can cite one of them. I would like her to be more sporty, to be more willing to exercise. I like to exercise. I like a friend, a companion. I'd like her to come with me to the gym. Not for appearance sake, for health. I like that. And I like a body, a companion. She's not so much into it. Not a big deal. If she were perfect for me, she wouldn't have that quality. But she doesn't. So what? She has so many other qualities that far surpass that little one that she doesn't. That I don't make a big deal of that. And I'm sure she can make the same comment about me, probably more things. Please don't mention it.
People need to make a big deal about the important things that are really going to make a difference in the relationship. For example, character. That's so important. If the person doesn't have the character, this person doesn't have a good character, the person's a liar, cheats, you know, sometimes lies, sometimes doesn't. Those things are so much harder to deal with in a relationship. They are deal breaker. You can be the most beautiful woman in the world, but if you disrespect, if you only talk yelling at the person, you can't respect a man, you can't talk to the man, you're just yelling at him. What good is that beauty going to be for you? You can be the richest guy in the world, but if you cheat, what is the money, all that money going to be worth?
There are some very important items on the list, which are not always physical, material items, but others that are very shallow. And if you keep looking for someone that you can always check all these items on the list, what is probably going to happen is you will end up at some point in your life anxious. Then you will really lower your standards, and then you will end up with someone with the fewest items on the list, because there will be no one else available for you. So let me give you one last piece of breaking news. One last piece of breaking news to you, okay? Breaking news. Our good looks, physically, people, our good looks last at the most 15 years in our lives. 15 years at the most, you are at the top of your beauty. That is, if you're good looking to start with, right? I mean, everyone is beautiful to somebody, right? But our good looking years are at the most 15 years. I mean, you start right here when you're a baby, when you're born, and usually pretty ugly. Well, sorry, but that's the truth, because I don't know what's the deal with people when they go see a baby. Oh, cute! It's not, all right? Later, it begins to get better, but trust me, I know I wasn't either. Anyway, so you start here as a baby, and then you start getting older, teenager says, so you reach your peak good-looking years somewhere between 22 and 37 years of age. And then it's all downhill from there. And then of course you're dead. So 15 years max. That is if you're Brad Pitt, if you're David Beckham, if you're my wife. Tops, right? 15 years of your life out of 70, 80 years. So why base such an important decision on your life? A decision that will impact you for a lifetime, such as marriage, on such a short-lived feature, physical appearance. You know, a solid relationship is much more than physical. It's much more than looks. Of course, that is important. But it's not nearly as important as the other things that consist in you, such as your spirit, your soul, your mind, including your body. That's the sum of you. And if you want to love someone, you've got to learn to love the whole and value what is lasting, because all of these three things, except all of these things, not the body, spirit, soul, and mind, they are timeless. Spirit, soul, and mind are the only ones that can improve with time. They can get better. They can change. As for the body, there's nip and tuck, but some people are very unlucky with that. I wouldn't risk it. But you need to learn how to love the person inside the body. Focus there. Not dismiss someone just because the looks didn't please you. You may be dismissing some very good potential candidate, a very good person for marriage, just because you didn't like the color of the eyes, the hair, the height, or things like that. So you need to get to know who is inside. What are this person's dreams? What are this person's pride or shame? What are this person's goals in life? What is the history, the past up until here? What does this person want the most? What does she fear? What does she want to pursue in life? You need to discover that, and that's what dating is all about. Dating is not for you to jump into bed. Sex is one of the easiest things for you to learn and master. Here is the problem. That's where you need to invest your time when you're dating somebody, to know if you're willing to spend the rest of your life with the person inside the body. That's the one you should fall in love with. So, and that sums up the UK's 7 biggest relationship sins. Let's recap what they are. Number 1, putting money, career before love. 2, believing lies about marriage. 3, jumping into bed too quickly. 4, lowering your standards. 5, misusing the internet. 6, defending my privacy. 7, doubting deeply about shallow things. But wait, the best is now. This talk may seem very current to you. We talked about some very current things, very modern situations. And you think, wow, that's great. Really useful information. But I'll tell you, everything we told you here today is not new at all. Is in fact things that you can learn from a very old book that you probably have at home, gathering dust somewhere or not, that if you just consider the wisdom in it, would have prevented you and will help you prevent all of these mistakes. For example, for sin number one that we talked about, putting money and career above love, Paul said the love of money is at the root of all kinds of evil. He said that 2,000 years ago. The second sin, undervaluing marriage, Jesus said, the love of many will grow cold. He prophesied our days this would happen. And Paul again, trying to give a solution to your sex drive, said if you burn with lust, you can't help it, marry. Don't sleep around, just marry someone. He gave that advice. The fourth issue, lowering your standards, that this is God who said it. He said, my standards are far higher than anything you could imagine. He said that through the prophet Isaiah, setting the standards for all standards. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my thoughts higher than your thoughts, God said. That's the wisdom in there. If you measure your standards by God's standards, your standards will always be very high. And then David said this in the Psalms. He said very eloquently and so succinctly, dealing with the internet problem today, just avoid evil. Stay away from it. Turn away from evil. The issue of privacy was dealt with by what Jesus said. Nothing is secret that will not be revealed. And the last sin we talked about, being shallow about physical things, physical beauty, etc., all of that. Look what God said. People are like the grass that dies away. Their beauty fades as quickly as the flowers in a field. So, I'm just citing to you 7 tiny pieces of wisdom from the Bible. And I'm not talking about religion. We're not religious people. We don't like religion. Religion never helped us. What helped us was intelligence. And we do believe that the Bible has a lot of wisdom and intelligence in it. When you take the religion out, when you take fanaticism out, you have a lot of intelligent and good advice, even for our century, even for today. And so, having said that, I would like to close with a prayer. If you will join me, please stand up. We would not give you the best we have if we didn't tell you about faith, about God. Another verse says, God is love. God is love. So, you want love, don't run away from God. Don't be embarrassed about believing in God. You really want to be successful in love, seek the source of love for your life. And unless you do that, it's going to be very hard for you to do it on your own. Okay? The closer you get to God, the closer you get to love. Alright? I'd like to ask you to place your hands on your heart, close your eyes if you will. We're going to make a prayer. If you're here with your wife or your husband, you may want to put your arms around him or her. If you're here by yourself, put both your hands on your heart with your eyes closed, please. Let's just make a quick prayer. Our Lord and Father, first of all, we want to thank you, my Lord, for this privilege, this great opportunity to share with all those here what you have taught us, the wisdom of your word and your advice. My Father, just like you prophesied, there will come days when the love of many will grow cold. We are living those days right now, my Lord. Many people here have starved for love. They are financially stable, well-to-do, but broke when it comes to love. And I ask you, my Father, with all my faith, all our faith, just like you saved our marriage, just like you've taught us how to love with intelligence, my God, that you may help this person here, married or single, that you may help this person to take away, even if it's just one word, from what was said today, that will be like a seed in his heart, in his mind, and will develop and it will grow. I know, Holy Spirit, that you have the power to change, to break the curse of divorce, to break the curse of loneliness. You have the power to make this person who's been so difficult to live with, so proud, to be more mellow, to be more humble. You have the power to help this person forgive. This person, my God, who's full of hurt and anger, full of grudges because of hurt from the husband, from the wife, from past relationships. Father, I ask you that you come and heal all these wounds. Take away all this baggage from the past and help your people not only to love intelligently, but also to experience love, beginning with your love, my Father. May this person feel your love right now. That the sheer fact that she's here today is because of your love. You chose this person to be here today. I pray, my Father, bless this person in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. I bless all the couples, I bless all the singles here in the name of Jesus. Say with me, Lord my God, I've heard everything today, and I pray that you may open my mind, my understanding, to take in what I need to practice for my life, to experience your love for my life, and to be able to love the people around me so they will see you in me. In Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Praise God. So, I would like to invite you to continue what you started here today. Next Sunday, more information about this is in your goodie bag. Take it, read it. This Root seminar is going to start next Sunday, October 5th at 10 a.m. at one of the UCTs. There will be 5 Sundays. Please listen carefully. There will be 5 Sundays where you will learn how to look more deeply into your life, to understand why you do the things you do, to understand how things in your past may be affecting
Oh, this is, let me do some media work.
your happiness in life.
No, D12, where is Victor's
Recommend
phone?
you participate. It's a free seminar. You don't have to pay. And all over the UK, there is an address close to you. Just look at the information inside the email. From next Sunday at 10 a.m. in one of your local UCKs. Do like this. Thank you very much. God bless you all. We hope to see you next year. Bye-bye.
I don't need front. I can get the front. I will leave you. I have a lot of work to do outside. I assume it's very well. I'm going to do a lot of work outside.